Okay, great. So normally this should be given by Yabi, but I don't want to miss the time, so I want to give a small talk to about something, let's say related to how do you say, because on the morning, most of you said you didn't hear about Pyspark, so I just wanted to give a small talk about that. So how do you actually install the Pyspark, and yes, how do you set up it, and how do you connect from there with your model database? Yes. So in general, how do you connect with a PostgreSQL database? And from there, you can just continue doing some researches on, yes, just how to get your hand in deeply, and hopefully it will help you on this challenge. So what I will do is, I will share my screen. So it will be a small talk. First, we'll talk about the installation process, and then, so I didn't prepare something, but I just want to share my own experience. So where did I put the thing? Okay, can you all see my screen?
Yes, yes.
Okay, sure. So PySpark come from Python and Spark, and as we already told you on the morning, so Spark is just a computing framework, and especially for big data. Why? Because big data are big amount of data, as the name is indicating, but it's also so there are a lot of data, and there are a lot of stables, and there are a lot of row in the data, and Spark is actually providing the parallel computation framework. So that's why it's make more easier to use it, actually, to deal with very big amount of data, because we can just split the data, we can just parallelize the process, and we can just distribute the computation. And that's why we find it useful this week, because you can see in your model database you have a lot of data, you have a lot of tables, and you have a lot of data also in these tables. So if there is any way this can help solving the challenge, yes, I think it's relevant to introduce you to Spark. And as we are only using Python, because we can also use Spark for what, for R, and for Scala too. So I have experience with using it from R, and also using it from Python. So Scala is not also, it's not too, it's not difficult. I think I didn't try before, but it's like the same thing. So connecting Spark to R, or connecting Spark to Python, yes. And as you are using Python for your project, yes, we are then using Pyspark, which is actually a library from Python, very useful to connect Python and Spark. How to say, instead of using the Python resources to actually compute, actually doing programming, you just use Spark resources, and from there you can just exploiting like how to parallelize computation, how to, so there are new object, there are how to manage the data frame, how to do SQL, how to do, and so even if in Pyspark you have SQL data analysis, SQL library, and you also have a machine learning library too. And so that's why I was telling you you have everything also from Pyspark. So it's looking like the same with R. So R have two, yes, I think R have two packages. So there is the Spark R, and there is another one. So I forgot the name, but there are two packages actually to you can use to connect R with Spark. But for Python we only have one, so which is PySpark, and they are all doing the same. They have all the same framework, machine learning framework, data querying, database connection framework, and so everything you can just visualization also they have it, and yes, so whatever you want, it's actually available. So this time I want to show you how to just install the Spark itself and how to get it work in your Python environment for PySpark. So Spark itself will require Java to work, and so this is a small steps. Yes, you can actually use to get Java installed. So first of time, maybe you already have the Java in your set it in your computer. You to check it, we just have to go in command line, and from there, I think type in Java version should be okay. So me, I have it. I'm running under the 1.8. Yes, yes, is someone talking?
Yes, there are people who want to join. You are not telling
Yes, go on.
them.
Who is talking?
It's me,
Okay,
sir.
I think
Janet.
she's saying,
Oh, I have some difficulty getting you, but
I think she
okay,
means that
but
there are people that are outside.
maybe can you just type your question in the chatting box? No. Mm, I think I'm not hearing good, but network issue, but you can just type like here so that I can answer later. Okay. Can you see? Okay. Can you? Oh my installation. Trying to connect.
Hello, is Jane back?
Not yet.
Okay. I'm sorry, I think it's about the network, but I will just cut the video. So can you hear me now? Can you all hear me?
Yes, yes.
Okay, okay. So it's, I think the network is not so good, but I will manage with that. So I will present again and we continue quickly. Okay. I just shared the screen. So I was talking about the requirement. So one of the requirement is actually the Java requirement, and then you can check it if you have it installed in your computer. So that's how I do check it. So Java and version. So and you just validate, and it gives you if you have Java installed, it will talk about the version you actually have installed. So me, I'm running under the 1.8.0 and blah blah. And so you will just have to check it in your own computer. So if you don't have it, it will just say return a message like Java is not recognized like an internal or external command. So it's then you will just have to install it, and to install it you will just have to download Java from here. So this file I should yeah, I should share it. So you will just have to download Java from Java website here, and then you will just have to run the installer, and then after the installation is completed, you will just close your current command line and then open a new one and check it again by running Java and dot and version. So apart from Java, you will need to install a Python, because Python is also required for Spark to work. So for Python, we have to check it also. So if we do we have Python installed, how to do that in the command line, I think it's something like that. Yes. So Python and then a version. And if you have Python installed, it will just show you the version of Python you just have. And if not, it will just return a message like Python is not recognized as internal or so, something like that. So I hope you are still hearing me right,
Yes.
because I
Yes.
don't trust this connection. I hope,
Yes, we are.
okay, sure. So you will have to check Java. Okay, you will check Java and you will check Python too. And if Python is not installed, you will just have to install it also. But you all have already Python, so I'm not worrying about this one. So you can just check about Java, and then it's always good to check your Python version, because even this one require at least a version, I think. Let me. Okay, so okay. So I think it's required at least the Python 2.7. So you will check it. So if you have the latest one, then you will not have any problem, because the latest one is about the else. So apart from that, what else do you need to do is to actually install the Spark itself. So you have to download the Spark. So there is the download page. So what I will do is, let me share, even if I will share this file, I want to also share those links with you here. So this is the Java, Java download. Let me see. Java download, okay. And the second one is so let me take it from here. The second one is Python for Windows. So you already have this one. And for the third one is Spark itself. So Spark download page. Okay. And that's it. So Spark download page will allow you to actually download the Spark itself. itself. So you will just have to follow the steps. So select the latest stable release of Spark and choose the package type. So you will have to choose the download type, and you will have to click on the so it's not something difficult. You will just, if you download it, you will just, it will give you the, it will be downloaded as a zip file, and then you will just create a new directory somewhere in your computer, the directory. So later I will show you also how to make this Spark, all those things available from command line. So after that, yes, so Spark need also something called WinUtility. So this one is actually, yes, you have also to download this. And so how to do that? So I just specify here. So you will create, so you have all the path here. So create a hard drive bin folder inside your Spark Hub. So the Spark Hub is actually the folder where you will unzip your downloaded file about the Spark. And then you create the hard bin folder inside the Spark home directory, and then you will download this as a installer here, and from there you will just put it in the Adobe folder you created inside the Spark home folder. And then you will just set up everything in your environment variable, in your system environment variable. So there you will just create a Spark home. No, you will just like set up a Spark home in the environment, and then you will just also set up Adobe home. And yes, so there is a Spark environment, a Spark variables, and then there is also a hard of environment variables you will just create, exactly like I was showing you last Monday. But I will see things with you. Let's see if I have to go this time in let me see my Sparkle. I did it before, so I don't know what. So let me see. Someone is asking. Okay, sure. So now where is, so Spark is here. Spark is here. I hope it's this one I'm using. And then I have the bin here. Yes, I have. So Spark is actually here, and I have the, exactly. So I have my Spark here, and this is where you will just unzip your downloaded Spark. And so you have to create a new directory by yourself, whatever you want. So someone is asking me. Okay, and then you will just have to copy your downloaded file, and then you will just unzip it here. And yes, so it will just be available here. So from there you can see the bin. So the bin is the one which is very important. Yes. So when you download Spark, you will see, so you have something about Python here, you have something about R here. So that is the thing. So this is why we can use it both from R and from Python. And now you have to add also Spark and also the Adobe directory you created inside in your environment file path. So I think I will just show you from there. So environment variables, and then path,
Hello.
and then
Hello.
edit. Yes, hello.
Yeah, the Python and R, right?
Yes.
The one that are we to move the folder into the Spark folder, the Python and R folder,
No, no, no.
or it?
No. It's like when you just download the Spark, it just return when you unzip what you downloaded. It just creates all those things. You don't have to do anything. You just have to download the Spark, and then by unzipping the Spark, it will just give you all those things inside. You don't need it. You don't need to do it. Is that clear?
Yes. Thank you.
Okay. So here you will have, okay, so let me first, there is something I should check first. So here first, you will have to add, not in the path, first part in the system variables to make it directly available from command line to and to synchronize everything. So I have a Java home. So Java home is, so when you downloaded your, once you downloaded your Java and you run the installer, so it will install your Java here. So somewhere in your computer. So you have to just, so by how do you do it? You will just have to create a new variable and you give a variable name. So that's why I give Java home, and here I can just copy now the path. So you will just have to go inside your programs and then look in Java and then copy the file. So what is necessary is actually the GD key, the Java development kit. So you will just copy the path and then paste it here. So that it will recognize it. So here, so I will cancel because I have home here. And also you have to create the, so where is the, let me see, you have the Spark home, which is here. You have the Spark home. So Spark home is, so you just have to copy the path and so on to create it. So Spark home, so I have two Sparks. So the one I set up here is this one. Let me see, CML project and then aggregation. So let's go back and looking at that. Spark CML. Okay, ML in okay, I think I have another Spark here. I set up this here. So where is the folder? Where is the project? Yes, and then here, and then I have it here. Yes, because so this one is the latest I created, and then here that's what I was talking about. You have to create the Adobe folder inside. So this, the Spark will not come with, so you will have to create this directly yourself. So by doing create new directory, and then you create it and you say yes, Spark home, and then from there you will just have to, you will just have to uh, you'll just have to paste what you will download what you will download from the net. So this is the file you should actually be able to download. So if you want to download Spark, it will just download this one. And as you can see, the extension is .tar, and then you will have to unzip. You will have to unzip. So me, I have 7 zip. So if I can just unzip here, and then when you unzip it, it will give you the unzip folder, which is this one. And then also inside this, you will create a new folder you will call Adobe. And inside the Adobe, you will just have to install the, yes, this one. So this one is what I was also talking about. Yes, you have to download it following these steps. Yes.
Hello.
Yes.
So we
Hello.
have to move the Windows utils after we download it into Hadoop. Can you hear me?
Yeah. After you download, not 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 good, but I can hear some of the word. So after you download the Spark home, you will create a Spark directory anywhere in your computer, and then inside this Spark directory, you will just copy the file you downloaded, which is this one, and you will unzip it. So if you unzip that, it will give you now the unzipped file, which is this one. And then inside this unzipped file, you have everything. You have everything. You don't have to do any work at all. You have the bin, you have everything else. And then what you need to do now is to also create the Hadoop directory inside your Spark home. And then for this Hadoop directory, you have to create inside a bin. And now inside the bin, you have to put this file you downloaded, the Win utilities. You will have to just copy and pass it because you will have already downloaded following these steps. And once you do that, what else you have to do is to just go inside your environment variables and set up Spark and Hadoop. So Spark, how to set up Spark, you will just have to copy. So this is my Spark home, so you will have to go inside and then copy the path, and then when you will come, you will just have to. So where did I open this thing? Okay. So here you will just have to click on new and create. So give it a name. So Spark home, exactly like that. And then you will just have to copy and pass the path here, and it will just recognize your Spark home. But okay, so not the Spark home, but the exactly the file. So you can see it here. So I will just go back and copy again to make it clear. Where is the okay? So this one inside this folder, you will just copy it, and then you will pass it so that it will just recognize the Spark, and then you will click on OK. But I did that already, so I will not do it again. And also, so if you want to set up everything, so even if it's R, even if it's Python, you can just set up those things. And what else? So let me see. Once you set up your Spark, where is that thing? So I already talked about Java. You need to also put it in the system variables to make it a variable, and also Hadoop home. So the Hadoop home is exactly, so you can see the link here. So I'm going inside the same folder as Spark home, and therefore from there now I have a folder, a subfolder I name Hadoop, and then inside those folders I have the bin, and inside the bin now you will put the Win utilities file. So you will have to copy this path until the bin inside the Hadoop, and then that's the way to set up your Hadoop in the system variables. So once you do that, that means you can use Spark because it have yes, you have the Spark, you have the Hadoop, and you have also the Java installed, and you also have the Python installed. So everything is actually available to use Spark. And so the way to connect, so the last thing is the way to collect a Spark with your Python. So there is a package, a library to do that, which is Pyspark. And to do it, to set up this library, you just have to do it from Anaconda. So I think Anaconda, and then you will just install. So whether you use Conda install Pyspark, install Pyspark, and you can also use pp install Pyspark. So it will just install the Pyspark now, and from there, so Pyspark will use Python and Spark, and Spark needs Java and what else? Hadoop, which we already set it up. And yes, so Python is also installed. So Pyspark is a combination of Python and Spark needs Java and Hadoop to run. So we did that before. So if we install now Pyspark, we should just be able to use it. Yes. So that's it's saying all the requested package already installed. So now what? So if you succeed in doing that, you will just let's try to run Pyspark from command line. Pyspark should now work from here. Yes, so it's using Python 3.7.6, and then it's just starting now. So it's connecting with Spark, and then everything is set it up, and so you can see Spark version 2.4.5, and so using this Python version, and so Spark session available at Spark, so it's giving you everything, so you can just use your Spark from here. But what we will do now is to, how to say, I will start. So I will start a Jupyter notebook, and from there we can just, so I already started. Yes, so I will just, so let me start a new one. So I will start a Jupyter notebook, and from there we will try to connect to, a Python. Okay, so we will try to connect to our Postgre database. So I will, so what I will do is to, so I have a, yes, so this is the code. This is the code we can use now when we set up everything, when we set up the Spark, when we set up the Pyspark. Python is ready, Hadoop, everything is ready. This is the code we can actually use to set up to connect the Spark to Postgre database, and then from there we can just call data and then manage them in the Spark environment and start doing great things with Spark itself. So this is the code. I will just copy the code, and then we will, okay. So this code is just connecting the Pyspark. So let me see. Yes, connecting Spark. So I did it. So now this code is about to connect the Spark to the Postgre database. So yes. So now we have to import the Pyspark SQL because we are working about SQL. So from Pyspark.sql, import Spark session. So, and then import the OS, and then we have to put a variable we have to register variables using this OS, and so you don't have to change anything here apart from what do you need to change. You just need to change. So here in this line you will just change. Oh yeah, there is something else I should talk about before. So the GDBC, you have to download it. You have to download it before we will be able to run this one. So it's here. So you will have to, so GDBC for Postgre, you will just have to Google about that. So download GDBC for Postgre, and so once you download that, you will just have to run it, and then it will just make the work by itself. So now,
Hello.
once you, yes, go on.
You said JDBC for Postgres, right?
Yeah. Just Google about that. So it's here. So I will, let me try driver, JDBC driver. Okay. Yeah, so it will, exactly, so it's this one. So you can just download it from here, and the latest version is this one, and then you can just click here to download it. You can see, right?
Yes.
So once you do that, so once this install, change, we need to change the database name. Yeah, we need to change the database name, and we need to change the table we want to view, and then the username, and then the password. So this is my password this time. But if we want to connect to, so let's say the 10 Academy database we created last time. So it's the same if you want to do with the model database. So this is the 10 Academy database, right? Because so we are inside the 10 Academy database. And inside this database, we have the actor one table we created last time with those columns. So we want to directly fetch all those data inside the Postgre, inside the Spark. Inside the Spark, so we are using this. We just have to specify the database, and then we have to specify the table, and then we have to specify the username, and then we have to specify our password if any, and then we say load, and then after yes, we say show the data frame. So this data frame is actually a Spark data frame and not a Python data frame, not a pandas data frame. So it's a Spark data frame. So that means you are inside Spark, and then you can start working with Spark itself. So I will just run that and we will see how if it's work. That's okay. Was just so it's going. Let's see. So if everything is set it right, yes, then we will just have the results. Yes. So we have the table, we have the columns, so we have everything. We have the data, so so this is the way Spark data frame will be pointed as. So it's not pandas data frame, so we can just start working on this, but we can also convert this into a pandas data frame, and also if we have a pandas data frame, we can just convert it into a Spark data frame. So it's just depend on what we want to do. Yes. So from there, we can just start doing some more interesting thing. So I will just, maybe I will prepare something based on that, and then in another tutorial I will share with you. But for this time, this is all I wanted to talk about. So how
Hello.
to install the thing. Yes, hello.
Okay. From your DF stuff now, that's spark.read. So you have already specified the table. So what if you
Yeah,
don't want
yeah,
to
yeah.
specify the table? Like what if you want to use a join? I don't know.
Yeah. So that's another option. I will look at it. I didn't try that this time because I was not using Postgre, but I can. So if you want to collect from a lot of table at the same time, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's possible. Let me check. Maybe some. Okay, so come inbox or just initiate the discussion in the week 10.
Or maybe the next tutorial you can cover it.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking about. Yes, I can maybe, yeah, technically I will do that. So I will just, so this one I even did, I didn't prepare because, so you were supposed to have a class with Yabi, but I told you he's actually busy with other stuff. So I didn't want to lose the comment. That's why I just I want to share this one with you. I will just check it and prepare maybe for the next tutorial, and then we can discuss it out. And so this ended the tutorial session, and I hope you enjoy and hope it will just
Yes.
help you.
I actually enjoyed it. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you too. So guys, I will just go and work on another thing. I will stop the recording.